بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انكدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت وإذا النفوس زوجت وإذا الموءودة سئلت بأي ذنب قتلت وإذا الصحف نشرت وإذا السماء كشطت وإذا الجحيم سعرت وإذا الجنة أزلفت علمت نفس ما أحضرت فلا أقسم بالخنس الجوار الكنس والليل إذا عسعس والصبح إذا تنفس إنه لقول رسول كريم ذي قوة عند ذي العرش مكين مطاع ثم أمين وما صاحبكم بمجنون ولقد رآه بالأفق المبين وما هو على الغيب بضنين وما هو بقول شيطان رجيم فأين تذهبون إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين.
All right, what's up, everybody? What's happening? You know what? I should have did this first. Make sure I'm even on the right microphone back here. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, check. I see I'm on that mic. That's the mic I want to be on. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Please put that in the chat. I done messed around and hit the wrong button. I gotta go grab some video files real quick. Give me a quick second. Let me bring this in. Nope, I don't want to play that yet. And let me bring in this other video. Hold on. We're going to play this one.
Just one.
Oh, nope, we ain't go play that yet. Oh, I got Sister Myra. What's up, Sister Myra? We gonna bring you on, Myra. Hold on, I got a tenant calling me. All right, y'all got me, so y'all can hear me on the sound. We straight, loud, and clear. We good. What's up, everybody? What's happening? Where's my slideshow at? That. Let me go grab the slide. A little delay going on. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. Okay. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get some money straight real quick. I got a tenant that's trying to pay me. No, I can't get it. Man, Apple did a new update on my phone and I can't even get in. I ain't gonna worry about it right now. Okay, so welcome everybody in the world and whatnot. But before we get started, make sure y'all click that thumbs up button for me. Yeah, click that like button and whatnot. Let's get that going. And sallallahu Allah, Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings be upon those two mighty warriors of divine revelation and interpretation. All right. So today's quick. Hold on, y'all. I got some business and it's kind of an emergency. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Okay. So before we get started though, we're gonna piggyback off of maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops on 3-Eye Atlas. This is part 2, Missiles of God. And I really want us to pay close attention. I'm gonna slow it down. In fact, this may be the last cookbook for this year. Maybe. It may be. Because we got a lot of work to do. We switching locations. That's growing and going places. So this may be the last cookbook of 2025 right here, but I really want to pay attention. Week for a year, every Friday, I've shown up and I have given you some type of insight on the Quran. Profound information that you really could just take a notebook and dedicate it to Noble Ampu and just deal with, these Quranic teachings. And really, I would say go back and watch these videos and put some things together, right? Um, Without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm seeing I'm glitching, so I don't like it. It's it's without a shadow of a doubt that we have a beautiful we got a beautiful creator that is riding with us, that got our back. And when I really look at the gist of this work that I'm presenting to you today, that I've been presenting, it is clear. It is clear evidence, that there is a, a living need to ever get state of to get into a state of funk, fear, things of that nature. It's no need to do that. You know what I mean? Give me a second, man, and I excuse me because I see I'm glitching out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my Ethernet port, and then and I'm gonna try to hook up to the cord and whatnot. And this is one of the reasons why I can't wait to get out this location a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Check, 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 check. All right, I still got that mic back. Okay, so again, let me try again. Check, make sure y'all can hear me. I'm on Ethernet. If it glitch out, man, I don't have no control over it at this particular point. All right, but let me know if y'all can hear me, because I'm gonna play a video and then we're gonna get this party started. And so let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Loud and clear. All right, cool beans. All right, so listen to this video, watch the video, and then we're going to explain the video. All right. All right, let's bring this up right here. This is Galactic Center command over to our heavenly messenger, the Aquarian Age, Noble Wampu. Yeah, this is Noble. What's happening? Your signal was received, and God will be releasing 3-Eye Atlas into your solar system. Please stand by for a systems test. Engage 3-Eye Atlas engine. Listen up, Earthlings. On 7/1/25, the sun is directly in front of Sirius. We will make ourselves known so the people can bear witness that Sirius is indeed the throne as taught by Noble Ampu and revealed in the Quran secretly. Again, on 7/1/2025, the sun is in front of Sirius. We will let you discover us. We will make ourselves known so you can bear witness that this is a sign from God. The word Sirius, Sar, also means symbol. So this is a symbol and a sign from God. Noble Ampu will show you this. On 12/19, we will come closest to the earth. Now on 12/19, the sun will be 26-27 degrees Sagittarius in front of our command center. This message is coming to you from the Galactic Command Center known as the Galactic Center of the Milky Way. This is precisely 26 degrees Sagittarius. Noble has shown you on December the 18th, this is known as Galactic Center Day. So on 12/19, we're running a day behind. On 12/19, we will come closest to the earth. And this will be a sign so you will know that there is only one God. In March of 26, 3-Eye Atlas will travel in the direction of Sirius once again for you to bear witness to the majesty and power and glory of the one God. Our ambassador of the Aquarian Age is an Aquarian himself. We have sent him as the heavenly messenger to explain these cosmic truths so you may know that there is only one true and living God. See you in January. 10/4. All right, y'all ready? Okay, so I'm that the Milky Way galaxy is a radio satellite in which you are and can get directly in tune with God. See, I'm going to be the one to have the task of science and spirituality because they're really the same thing. Okay, so do not be fooled in thinking they're different things because they're not. All right. Okay, so let's come out with our working tools. Give a little warm up. Yeah, to my Masonic brothers and sisters, break out your working tools. Particularly, I want you to break out your compass today. Because, see, you're taught that you have to learn how to circumscribe a circle, a sphere, particularly the one on the right-hand side, the celestial pillar of Jachin, you are supposed to know some aspect of astronomy as a Mason. Oh, absolutely, you are. You absolutely are. In fact, in the second degree, it's my favorite degree, you are supposed to learn the 7 liberal arts and sciences, with astronomy at the top step and geometry on the 5th step. You're supposed to learn some arithmetic as well. Yes. So you got 2 forms of mathematics, and even music is math if you understand cadence. Yes. But you're supposed to understand this. And that the Western mystery schools, it's a shame, but they don't have it. Beautiful physical organizations on charity and helping old folks and raising money. The physical aspect in the world is magnificent. But you hear on YouTube, the mystics who know things a bit more spiritually in tune than they are. And it really should be a bridging of a gap, because what I seen as a conscious community, in a sense, lack, because it has absolutely no physical organization. In a sense, you can't touch these body politics when it comes to physical organizations, but when it comes to information, they can't come close to over here. Okay, but you're really supposed to know something. Talking to listen, a 32nd degree Mason who can't tell you, go outside, let's look at the sun. The sun is in front of this particular constellation, let's say Sagittarius. Tell me what's to the right of the sun right there, and what's to the right of that. Now tell me what's to the left of the sun and what's to the left of that. And I want you to circumscribe this reality. In fact, I'm just asking you to name the 12 constellations in order based on where the sun is right now, and approximate about this 360-degree circle of reality. Can you do that? Can you name all 12 of them? You're not saying, hey, Leo represents this and Aquarius. We ain't talking about that. We simply talking about astronomy. When you give me that ring. No, that give it to me. Give it to me. Because see, at this particular point now, we done lost focus of something. Deism, Islam, Rosicrucians, Freemasons, all of these schools of thought all have truth in them, but a lot of them have become more dogmatized, where it's just basic stuff and you're not really getting what it's supposed to. You're not really uncovering the truth. Okay, so I got to say that. And so when I deal with my Prince Hall brothers in masonry, black masons, do y'all know that their Shriners is called the ancient Egyptian Arabic order nobles of the mystic shrine? Ancient Egyptian Arabic. This is African and Islam. Somehow you're supposed to mix this together. And so here's a picture out of the Boston Library of some Shriners taking a picture in their costume, and you can obviously see that they are what? Dressed in Moorish attire. Yes. Okay. So they dress like the Muslims, the Moors. Yes. All right. And here go a picture of the women. The women Shriners are what's known as the daughter of Isis. Dig this. The women is known as the daughters of Isis. In that circle you see in the back, that's a man that's back there, right? Because women are not allowed in the body of Freemasonry. Women are not allowed to be in a lodge by themselves. Did y'all know that? So in the Eastern Star, in the worthy patriarch, a guy. And that's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. And don't take it no way. Asked her, I said, hey, do y'all get taught anything on the Arabic? It's like, no. Right? Absolutely not. Nowhere, nothing. And I'm like, okay, wow, that's interesting. She said, we can't even open a meeting without a man present. Said, whatever you do, do not put this information in the hands of women. Now, women have been known to have a strong, let's just say, emotional disposition that will suspend logic and go kookaloo. Okay, I am telling you that you can see it right here. There is that babysits the women to make sure that the women do not get out of order. Inshallah, you have grown out of that. I just want to show you some truths on the record and something to help you self-reflect on overcoming your own illogical, irrational, emotional brain, because that's just the truth. Okay, it's just the truth. All right, moving on. All right, and then here go the brothers that you see. They're supposed to be, and they do, again, they do a wonderful job on charity. But I'm not talking about charity, and charity is great. It's actually the greatest thing that you can do, to be honest with you. But I'm talking about really being able to explain some things where we can evolve. Okay. All right. So let me blow this up real quick here. Just a year ago, we did a radio show called God is a Radio. Okay. God is a radio. This is a whole year ago. Okay. And also, we have to point out that I did a video called The Throne of Allah Has Been the Quran. And I want to show you some things. I want to show you, one, the word Sirius is Sar when we read from right to left. The word throne is Arsh. And the word for law is Sharia. All right. The Sharia law. Okay. Now, isn't that interesting that basically that the law usually comes from the person who sits on the throne, but it's the exact same three letters that make up both words. And both of those words are the exact same three letters that make. So what is the real law then, ladies and gentlemen? See, remember I showed you in the Masonic world, you had a physical pillar known as Boaz that had the earth on it. You had a spiritual celestial pillar known as Yakin that had a celestial globe on it. You have to correlate the physical temple based off of celestial spiritual phenomenon. Yes, that's how you build your pyramids. Yes. Okay. So in the Arabic, okay, since we want to be nobles of the mystic shrine, let's go in there. In the Arabic, the law, the Sharia, is physical law of Islam, which you can do, which you can't do, basically. Yes. But the same word is throne, the Arsh word is Sirius. Here's a little nugget I'm going to give you. Here's a little nugget. Mouth to ear. There's 4 stages of Sufism, and I'm going to give you the first 2. The first stage is Sharia. The physical law. I just showed you, you see on the Sharia is the same word for Arsh, which represents throne, or I'm sorry, Sharia, which represents the law, and Sar, which represents Sirius. Yes. The second stage is called Tariqa, and it comes from the word Tyreek. All right, you're gonna have, man, just bear with me because I don't know what's going on today. So it comes from the word Tariq. Okay, 86 in the Quran, and it says, which is known as the night comer or the night visitor. And it says, what would make you know Al-Tariq is? It is a bright, piercing star. That's what it says. And what I find ironic about it, and I'm going to show it, that it says the bright star, Sirius is the brightest star in all of the entire sky. So that's the head honcho, number one. Number two, Sirius is exactly 8.6 light years away from the Earth, but it's chapter 86 that reveals what Al-Tariq is. So a tariqah, they say, is a Sufi order. Yes. But when we go to the Quran, it asked us, well, what make you know what Tariq is? And then it told us Tariq is a bright piercing star. Oh, that's Sirius location, but based off the chapter number. So the first two rules are what we would call dimensions of Sufism, Sharia and Tariq or Tariqah. Both of those are related to Sirius. So Sufis are really supposed to have a practice that is centered around Sirius. In fact, your calendar is supposed to be centered around Sirius, just like the United States Gregorian calendar is centered around Sirius. That is the best calendar. A lot of people don't want to accept that, but I can show that, okay, and have shown that. And we're just simply measuring the circle. And then a circle is a circle. You can start where you want to start, but I tell you what, there's only two places in the circle. One place in the circle where you're going to be directly in front of something in alignment with it, in another place in the circle when you're going to be opposite looking at the thing, because it's only two connecting points on a circle. Imagine 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, those type of thing. The pairs on the wall clock. So one line connects 2 points of a circle. So if you're not on one of these 2 points that deals with Sirius, then it's not a Syrian. It's not a Syrian thing. United States starts on the Syrian cycle. Okay, I'll show you. All right, moving on. So the Quran says, and we have adorned the lowest heaven with lamps, and we have made such lamps as missiles to drive away the evil ones. We had showed you before that translation literally means shooting stars, meteorites. Let's move on. The Galactic Center is a compact rift. So the middle of that rift is the Galactic Center, y'all. And science says it is a radio source. Okay. Okay. So again, I'm just backtracking a little bit just to get us caught up. On the left-hand side, the word for radio circled in green, the first 2 letters is L, A-L, or you can say Al. But when you look to the right, those same 2 letters literally means God, because those are the first 2 letters that spells Elohim. Okay, means God. And this is how we would spell Allah, Aleph Lam. Okay, so radio starts with the name of God. This is important. Here goes science and spirituality perfectly matched right here. This is science and spirituality are perfectly paired together right here. Because we saying radio science, which is going to be a radio wave, what we're about to get into, and God, which is spirituality, we're going to marry these 2 together. These 2. All right. Okay. Let me move to the next one. So then when we go to the Arabic, la ilaha illallah, yes, the la we see says what? When we do LA, it says wireless radio, radio broadcasting, a radio message, the unconscious mind. The God and radio is the same thing over here. That means radio in Arabic. Okay. All right. So now when we get into the wave, we have to know that there's a scripture that says, hey, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. A scientific phenomenon known as the wave. The wave starts off at a long wave, more dense, what they call less energy, known as a radio wave. And then it picks up into radar, then microwave, then infrared, then it comes into our visible spectrum, then it goes out into X-ray, then it goes out into gamma, and we don't see it no more. So in the beginning was the word is talking about the beginning point of the wave. Science is looking for God, but they won't call it that, and they don't even know that that's what they're doing. They don't know that they're looking for God. They don't know that the only thing they're doing is they're always trying to discover the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So at the core, you're really looking for God and don't know it. So ask the question, ladies and gentlemen, is everything in creation according to quantum physics a wave? Yes, in quantum physics, everything, meaning all particles, even humans, inherently has both wave and particle properties. Ladies and gentlemen, quantum physics says everything, all particles, and even humans are wave and particle at the same time. So then in science based off quantum physics, from my limited understanding, that will say, hey, all particles, all things that you can observe is wave and particle. So then if the wave starts off with the word, because that wave will manifest itself in radio form first, yes, then there goes in the beginning was the word, and the word. Okay. So the wave is God. So is the particle that takes place, hence wave particle duality. All right. Okay. So this location above the scorpion's tail in front of the bow of Sagittarius is the signal. Radio waves come out of this location right here. So let's mark it with a microphone, because this is the place that we need to speak to, or this is the place that we need to hear and listen from. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, just going to back up a little bit. Now, back on, when was this? I'm waiting for it to blow up on my side. So I got a major delay. This is, there we go. All right. So back on July 4th of 2024, you will see that, hey, on 7/18, we're going to do a galactic activation. And the Quran says something about this. The Quran says, verily I call to witness the planets that recede. This is the Quran. The Quran says, verily I call to witness the planets that recede. I said, okay. Okay, Allah. I know what you're talking about. So we post this July 4th for 7/18. This is what we're going to do. Yes, you see the moon in front of the Milky Way galaxy. Yes. And here it is on the astronomy program, so you can see it. The moon is in front of this place where radio signal is. See, we're going to have to get scientifically in tune with God. Okay. So we just wait for the moon to get there, because the Quran says what? Hey, we call the witness the planets. The Bible said what? The moon shall be a faithful witness. This is both Bible and Quran, but hey, the Quran says this is the same God. Okay. Okay. So then what happens on the left? Another immediate mass black hole is discovered at the center of our galaxy on July 18th. Now, didn't I show you on July the 4th we made this post? In the exact same day we were doing something, a black hole happens to occur in the same region, the exact same spot, right? On the same day. So now let's put a black hole around it. The little white dot is a black hole. We first confirmed that science says, hey, science says this is a radio signal. Okay, wait till the moon get there. Okay, bam, black hole happens as soon as you do it. Okay, black hole first. You with me? All right. So then July 29th gets here. We make a post and we say, hey, next month in August on the 27th, we're going to do a Jupiter red eye activation. Okay. And here is Jupiter on 827 in between these green bars. Look at the top. You see Jupiter right there. Please note this because you're going to see Sirius at the bottom. You're going to see the Gemini twins to the left. This is going to come back later. Oh, it's going to come back later. Okay. So please note this. Okay. And so then look what happened the very next day on the 28th. Astronomers discover a new odd radio circle near the center of the galaxy. And it says a mysterious ring invisible at all wavelengths except radio. So microwave couldn't pick it up, gamma wave couldn't pick it up, visible spectrum of light can't pick it up, infrared can't pick it up. Nothing can pick it up, but radio could pick it up. You got some type of new, let's just say a signal was going the very next day from doing this work. So now we're going to call this signal confirmed. Yes, you with me? That this is a radio source, green microphone. The second thing is we wait for the moon to get there, and then next thing you know, a black hole appears. Same day. The next thing you know, we say, hey, we're going to do it again. And when we do it again, technically the moon is on the other side, but I'm going to show you how to create what they call tunneling. Okay. You just got to fold space. Okay. And so when we do it again, a signal is confirmed from this region of space. Let's keep going. So then October the 8th comes around. And we saw where the 8th, the instructions was given. 3 days later, on October the 11th, you had a giant magnetic halo is discovered wrapped around the Milky Way. 3 days later. Yes. So now we got a halo. Yes. So the first thing is confirm. No, not confirm. Research and see, hey, there's a signal there. Then the black hole came. Then the signal was confirmed. And now a halo appears in this area of space. That's what you saw. Yes? Okay. So then December gets here a year ago. We're here now. It's December the 5th right now. This was last year. I make a post in Patreon and I said, it's the holy days of light. 34 days. Well, it's the holy days, 34 days of UV light from 12:8 to 1:10. Blessed days of light, Baruch Yom Or. Baruch means bless in Hebrew. Yom is the day, Yom Kippur. Or means light. So Baruch Yom Or. Yes. So why 34 days? What's going on in these 34 days, Noble? Well, on 12:8, note that the sun appears to be, let's just say, at the left front leg of the scorpion. Yes, that's where it is on the beginning point to enter the Milky Way rift. It's not there yet, but it's approaching. Yes, from our angle, it looks like it's approaching. And so then on 1:10, the end of this 34 days, the sun is now over here towards the end of Sagittarius. So now let's just insert the 34 days of light, that golden rectangle. Let's insert that right there. Because on the right side, remember, that's where we started at in the rectangle at the front leg of the scorpion. Yes, let's go back one. Let's take our time. So you see, we started here. Yes, we start right here. We're at the front leg of the scorpion on 12/8. And then on 110, when we're finished, the sun is at the end of Sagittarius. Okay. So we're going to days of light off. We did that last year. Okay. All right. The 23rd, and we do what's called a sporoidal galaxy activation. Okay. Now, the sporoidal galaxy activation on 223, notice in the green circle is the moon. So we wait for the moon to get back into this particular position again. Now, remember, this is our 34 days that we just did. We already spewing star, the Milky Way. So now it looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Stars are being spewed out. Let's take our time. Which you saw and you saw, but black hole appeared. Affirmed. Yes. We do it, then we do the 34 days of light. Yes. In this region of space. And then the very next month, we do it again. And what happens? Coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? You see what the mystery schools have been pointing to all this time? See, I'm going to show you what they're really talking about. In fact, we're going to do what it's really talking about. How about that? Okay. All right. So let's speed it up to 7/1 of this year. Now, at the bottom, it says June 29th because I made a post on Patreon. And I said, hey, just for 3 days, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, for 3 days, focus. And the message was clear. It said the light of our covenants with those that are certain of our signs. That's new. That's new revelation. The light of our, you won't find that nowhere in the Quran. Don't say that. Nowhere in the Quran. Don't say it in the Bible. The light of our covenant is with those that are certain of our signs. So let's test God in real time, Mr. Jane Promotion. Oh, okay. I see what you did. Let's wrestle God in real time and see if God is messing with us. Meaning, will you interact with us? Let's see. Or do we just want to leave it to the prophets of old and read stories and think that God don't have no intervention today? Because that's what's happening. So let's see. So we're focusing on the rainbow beam activation because the sun is in front of Sirius. Yes. So what did the transmission say? On 7/1, 3i Atlas will be discovered. But what a coincidence, on June 29th, we're already in this pocket. We're going to say 7/2 to 7/4. The sun is in front of Sirius. We're going to do rainbow beams activation. What comes out of rainbow beams activation, you will see Sirius means a symbol. Oh, Sirius literally means a symbol. So now I have to ask you a question. You mean to tell me when the sun was directly in front of Sirius and 3i Atlas came, could 3i Atlas be a symbol for something? Since the sun was in front of Sirius and Sirius means symbol. It's just a question. It's the kind of questions that we need to have. Okay, there's a question. All right. Of course it is, silly. So 3i Atlas is discovered on 7/1. Yes. And hold on, let me move this. This thing is All right. So let me go back. Yeah, let me make sure I'm in the same pocket here. All right. So resident over in, this was in Canada. He spots a striking fire rainbow over Vernon. There were always clues. And this is July 3rd. He spots a fire rainbow in the sky. Now, mind you, we did rainbow beam activation. Yes. And we said 7, 2, 3, and 4. So the very next day from the first day that we do it, boom, the news says, hey, we saw something weird in the sky. And then he explained it as, this is scientifically called ice crystals in the clouds are called cirrus clouds, which is Sirius. When you look at it, you see, I said, okay, we tapped in. And so then I'm leaving my hookah place, loaded up on the hookah. It's July 4th, timestamp 8:16. You ain't gonna say, nah, you ain't gonna say I'm lying. This is July 4th. Yes, 8:16. It pops up in my own reality personally. Okay. All right. It should, as it should have, because I put it together. Okay. Not egotistically saying it. It was revealed to me to do it. We do it. We give it to the Most High. Come back, show you. Boom. This is what it is. So now let's talk about 3i Atlas, because they say at the top, the comet appears to have originated from either the Milky Way's thin disk or the thick disk. If we go more towards the bottom, it's just basically saying it was moving in between the constellations of Serpens and Sagittarius near the galactic plane. The galactic plane looks like this. And I said, well, that's interesting. Prayer that all of a sudden a halo appeared to occur over the Milky Way. Okay, but this is what the galactic plane looks like. Okay, so they saying it's coming from this particular region. No problem. Ask the question, ladies and gentlemen, what was the right ascension angle of 3i Atlas when it was discovered? They say, hey, it was 18 hours, 58 minutes with a declination of 2216. Let's deal with 2216 first. I said, wow, that's interesting. Do we not have a paper that was written 2 years ago that says fractal 216? Yes. In fact, we have it in our manual. Yes. We have it in our manual. Fractal 216, same thing. We have that in our study manual. Because what you're looking at is the Kaaba, which is a cube, in the Teflon, which the Jew, the black cube, and he puts on his arm as well. A cube has 6 sides: up, bottom, front, back, left, right. And each side has a 90-degree corner, 4 corners, that's 360, 360 degrees for each face, 6. So when you go around the Kaaba, you're going around a cube that's a total of 2,100 Cs. And then the Jew, he's wearing a black cube on his forehead and on his arm of 2,160 degrees. Because 2,160 degrees deals with spherical time and physicality. You would need to know fractal 216 to understand it in its totality. If you go through my videos, I'm sure it's in there somewhere. So now the declination is carrying a special code. Now the right ascension is 1858. So now that points to a video that we did called Does the Quran Reveal God's Location? Yes, does it reveal God's location? So let's go see. In the Quran, it says, the angels in the spirit ascend unto him in a day, the measure whereof is 50,000 years. Holy Quran 74. Yes, 70 verse 4. Now remember, I asked a question to the Quran. I said, Quran, Allah, do you have a knowledge of the golden mean? And when you put in the total parts, which is 114 total chapters in the golden mean calculator, it spits out alongside is 70.4, which is this verse that you see right here. In the short side is 43. 43, as I showed before, chapter 43 in the Quran is called gold ornaments. And I said, oh, alhamdulillah, no, it didn't. The Quran knows this. The Quran knows 360. The Quran knows a whole bunch of mathematical things that I have shown over the duration of this year. Okay. So 70 versation, and we really cannot breeze over this because to me, angels in the spirit ascend unto you in 50,000 years. You can find where that is if you're curious enough. This is the beauty of the Quran. You can find where that is. 50,000 years, we just got to figure out what is 50,000 years away. Okay? All right. It didn't say infinity because you can never find infinity. It gave us a location in space when it did that. And again, this is important because this section is a part of the golden mean of the Quran. So if we take the Quran, yes, you take the whole duration of the Quran, it's 114 chapters, put it in a golden mean ratio, you're going to have a big side and a little side. The big side is this verse right here, giving you a location of something. Come on. And then the short side literally means gold adornments is the name of that chapter. And we have this in the golden mean calculator. This is a science book from the Most High. Okay. All right. Can't stress that enough. All right. So let's move on to it. This is the same book. This is the same book that will give us these chapters right here. Shams, the sun, 91. But I tell y'all, and you're going to see, January the 3rd on average, the sun is 91 million miles away from the earth, which is its closest, because in July it's about 94 million miles. It's a 3 million mile difference. This is known as the perihelion. So when we're closest to the sun at 91 million miles, chapter 91 is Quran. We have a chapter called Qamar, which is, we have a chapter called the Star, Surah 53, and it is verse 49 that says, and he is the Lord of Sirius. And what a coincidence, Sirius has a companion star, and it takes 49.9 years for that to orbit it. But it's in chapter or verse 49 that he says, I'm the Lord of Sirius. We go to chapter 85, Baruj, which really translates to mean the constellations or the zodiac signs. Some say big stars. We got light, 24 hours in the day, but the 24th surah is called light. And then I figured this one out because I wanted to know if the Quran knew 360. And when you look at the numerical value for the word asr that they're using for time, that equals 360, and time is a circle in which we calculate. This is in the Quran. The word time literally has a numerical value of 360. So then we come across something called the Sagittarius dwarf sporoidal galaxy. You see it in green. It is a distance of 50,000 light years from the core of our Milky Way. Yes. Oh, we found it. 50,000 light years over the core of our Milky Way. Over. Did the scripture not say the angels in spirit ascend? Usually means going up. Coincidence? Then we have to say, well, what is this sporoidal galaxy? I was telling Jew about this. He's like, what is that? Hold on, man. I ain't never heard this before. Yeah, man. This is in the Quran, bro. It says Repeated collisions between it and the Milky Way galaxy, which is us, are believed to have triggered major star formation episodes, including the one that created our sun around the time of its formation. So if you know the formation of the solar system, then you know the sun is first. Then Jupiter was the first planet. Okay. So the sporoidal galaxy that loops over our galaxy is the father galaxy, because the man is usually on top of the woman when it's pound pound. Sorry, I just got to say it's just the truth. We got to understand these concepts. Yes, because it's a woman, it's feminine. Yes. Okay. These two kept coming together and created our sun and ultimately the earth and the planets in the solar system, which is us. So then the logical question would be, well, if God, if there's a God, if God used the sporoidal galaxy and the Milky Way galaxy to create us, let me say that again because I think I went out. If God used, would that not be in a holy text somewhere? It is right here in the Quran. Yes. Okay. All right. Beautifully said. Now let's keep on going. So the right angle ascension of 3i Atlas, ladies and gentlemen, the sporoidal galaxy has a right ascension of 1855. 3i Atlas, upon its 3i Atlas has a discovery, has a right ascension of 1858. It's only 3 minutes. That's same. Okay. So you know what that means? You know what that means? Let's really take our time here. First of all, let's measure it. Let's measure. Let's measure destiny. Let's measure this. Because see, remember in science, wave particle duality, the wave shows up different upon it being measured. Yes. So let's take our time. You will see that the 8, because we want to make the sun. Now look inside the box where it say angels sun on January the 3rd. Look at the bottom in red, is at 18 hours 58 minutes, January the 3rd. Yes. So that means 3i Atlas origin is exact, means 3i Atlas origin, ladies and gentlemen, is the place where the Quran says the angels in spirit ascend in the measure of 50,000 years. Alhamdulillah. That means 3i Atlas origin comes from the sporoidal galaxy, the same place that the Quran says in 70 verse 4, the angels in spirit, I found God's location. Y'all saw what? And I'm a proof. Yes. So 3i Atlas is from this location. Are y'all getting this? This happens to be the same location we do 34 days. Yes, of light. The black hole was discovered. A signal was received. A halo came around all of this. Yes. Yes. So this occurs, technically the sun is here on January the 3rd. Yeah. Now I have to insert this beautiful spirit guide of minds. Because look what she has, the book, The Comer by, because that came out in 86, and Surah 86 is dealing with the bright star. What would make you know what the night, what Spirit said? Spirit said, Noble, because she passed in 2015 of February the 16th to be precise. Yes, they go that 216 fractal. Spirit said, Noble, go see where the moon was on February 16th, 2015, when Mother Tainetta Muhammad made her transition. Is that not the exact same space as the origin point of 3i Atlas? Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this? Is this not the same point where the Quran says this is where the angels and spirit ascend? Yes, it is. Yes. Did she not? Let me take my time. Did she not herself have a book called The Comer by Night, and she put a freaking comment on it? Yes. And now I am showing you and telling you the moon was here, and this is the same place the comet comes out of a whole, 10 years before 3i Atlas, and we pick up on the signal. See, this is the Islam that I practice. And let me be clear, it's not Nation of Islam, because I do not practice Nation of Islam, nor do I practice Arabian Islam, nor do I 100% practice what you would call African Islam. I want to be clear about all of that. Everybody has an aspect of the truth, and they do. And this is a truth that I'm showing you that I feel like has never been clearly displayed. And today, move on. Bring this back. So what is January the 3rd? January 3rd is the perihelion. Again, the earth is closest to the sun on January the 3rd. And again, what do I always interject right here? Here go the real daughters of Isis. So you got the daughters of Isis on the Masonic tick physically. Here's a spiritual daughter of Isis. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, who wrote the book, The Isis Papers, died when? What do that mean? That means the earth is right in front of that star, Sirius. And the reason why I drew that dog around it, because that's the star constellation that takes that shape. If you look on the inside of that, you will see the dog star. Sirius is right behind the earth. So in January, the earth passes in between Sirius and the sun. That is a portal. Hello. This is the only time of year that the earth is in alignment with Sirius directly. Like nothing's interfering with our communication to get directly to you. There's no sun in between us now. That's in July. When we're on the other side of the sun, we can't see you no more until we come around the corner in mid-August. We can see you. But in January, we right up on you. Here go to download. This sister, this mother, this matriarch, the Isis Papers. And Isis is known to be the goddess of Sirius. And when the earth got in front of Sirius, she died. So we're going to stop playing. This law is real. Moving on. So December the 19th, 3i Atlas will become closest to the earth. Yes, that's what it say. I said, well, that's very interesting. December 19th. Let me take you to Patreon last year. Look at the date. It said December 14th, 2024. So I'm taking you last year. What did I say? I said Galactic Center Day is when? 12/18 is the precise day the sun will be directly in front of the Galactic Center. Now, 3i Atlas and the pilots that's running that right now, they're a little late. Things happen. You got to go through the car. Things happen. They're only a day late. Give them some grace. But December 18th, I told you, this is Galactic Center Day. Yes? So 12/18/2024, again, this is where the sun would be. The next day on the 19th, the sun is just a little bit more to energy. Yes? Okay. So now, what are you looking at? Pay attention. Science says on December the 19th, 3i Atlas is closest to the Earth, but the sun is going to be directly, perfectly in the center of the Milky Way galaxy, where what? It's a radio signal, where what? A black hole appeared, where what? A signal was confirmed, where what? A halo appeared, when what? We did third started spewing out the galaxy, where what? 3i Atlas appeared from. Yes. Yes. All of that happened in this region of space. And you mean to tell me the day that 3i Atlas is going to, by the command of God, if there's a God, happen to come the closest to Earth, the sun is directly in front of the same spot that I term Galactic Center Day? Come on, man. Come on. You have to bear witness that there is a true and living God. You have to. You should. You should. Moving on. So it's leaving the solar system, well, flying by Jupiter in March of 2016. Yes. So March 2016, let me blow that up. Looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look what's there. Sirius. Really? That's where you're going? You're going in that direction, 3i Atlas. That's where you're going. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You see it. I didn't make it up. This is science. This is, hey, this strong. One that was focusing on Sirius at the time of its discovery. Pay attention. Pay attention. On 7/1, the sun appears in front of Sirius now because the Earth is on the other side. And we see the sun, then we see Sirius. So in that picture, you see the sun, and then you see Sirius behind it. And you're doing a rainbow beam activation. And the same within your timeline, rainbow beams come back in the sky, captured, and said, this is Sirius clouds, fire rain formed through these Sirius clouds. 3i Atlas is revealed at this time that you're focusing on sunlight and Sirius. And then you're saying when it goes out of the solar system, it is going in the Cancer, Gemini, which that is where Sirius sits. Wrong. Told you that. Yes. So why would it not go there? Let's keep going. So what we have here, let me blow this up. All right, here it is. So in March of 2026, when 3i Atlas is going to go past Jupiter, Jupiter appears right here. Where? To the left. Look like it's over there in Jimmy, in that area. Yes. You see Sirius at the bottom. Yes. Didn't I tell you to bookmark that was coming back? Because was it not when this was here and we did this energy? When was that? 8/27/2024. We got an answer that said, hey, there's a new odd radio circle coming out of the center of the galaxy. That was the confirmation of the signal confirmed. So now 3i Atlas, when it goes this direction, this is a direction of space that we've already worked with, ladies and gentlemen, of course, because the throne Sirius is okay. All right. So now let's fold space. If we were to fold this like a piece of paper, the Sagittarius A Galaxy would sit directly on top of Sirius. This is how you call quantum tunneling. You kind of like take a piece of paper. Yes, you take a piece of paper and you fold it, right? And then from one point to the next point, you just basically you're folding time. That's what you're doing. Okay. Right. So they sit directly on top of each other if we were to fold space. So the sporoidal galaxy, where we know 3i Atlas originates, yes, is traveling towards Cancer Sirius, yes, the polar opposite, i.e. the throne. And by the way, Muslim, this is the real 5 prayers of the day. They correspond to 4 galaxies in 1 star, which is Sirius, the throne. That's the riddle in the Quran. And again, this is why this is what the Sufis must know. Yes, because there's no galaxies over in Cancer. Andromeda is the next galaxy that we are about to merge with in 4.5 billion years ago. From now, science says our Milky Way galaxy is going to merge with Andromeda and create a whole new galaxy. So when the Quran be talking about when the lights go out and the sun go out, which is at the same time that this galaxy merger is going to happen, the sun is said is going to be burning out of its fuel. It's going to be interesting. So when the Quran starts talking about when the light and things of that nature, the Quran is giving you the next 5 billion years in advance. That's in the Quran. You really know what you're working with. Let's put it like this. The question will be, energy is infinite, it's never destroyed. Where will you be 4.5 billion years from now? And what can you do now? That's the question. Okay. Anyway. All right. So moving on, what did you see real fast? Let's look at the important dates of 3i Atlas. When it was discovered, it was a Sun Sirius alignment, and the when we was doing the rainbow beam activation, you saw that. Its origins was observed by the Spear Galaxy, the same galaxy the Quran pointed out and said, this is where the angels and spirit ascend. I mean, to the T, same day. Yes, same location. On 1219, when it is closest to the Earth, spelled closest wrong, but when it's closest to the Earth, we are at the Galactic Center day. You saw me post that a whole year before this even occurred. And then when it does fly by Jupiter, it is going to the region of Sirius. Okay. All right. So problem 31, 3i Atlas, Goldilocks. I shouldn't even be showing you this, but I'm not going to even explain it. I'm just putting it on a record. It's something to do at that time of the year. Again, coming up on Monday, we're going through 34 days of UV light because the sun is in front of the signal in which 3i Atlas comes from, which all this phenomenon comes from. So this is the time of year. This is a galactic Ramadan right here. Okay. This is on the earth planes dealing with the celestial bodies. Ramadan can't touch what's going on right here for these 34 days. Okay. So this is where you want to be as light as possible. You want to go on that 40-day fast, 34-day fast, whatever the case. You just want to be as light as possible, and you want to be more diligent in your. Okay. Now, Sunday class, people, you know, you got some work to do, but you want to be diligent at this, because if you're paying attention and you're really connecting the dots of what I've showed you, how is it that we dealt with it a whole year ago prior to 3i Atlas? And then we started dealing with the sporoidal galaxy things start happening. And then 3i Atlas appears from the region in which we already been working and we've worked this area spiritually. And then we took a hiatus in a sense and went inwardly within self during these 34 days in the same pocket of space. This is how you program space, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It takes more discipline and is harder to do in your personal life than to go outside and create phenomenon for something else. You got to have discipline. You have to have discipline. Okay. All right. So in the Arabic words of manifestation, all right, I'm going to read a testimonial to you that blew my mind, man. This made me cry. Blew it up. Good morning. My son came home after 1 a.m. Thanks. Alhamdulillah, all praises to God. Keep me posted. How long was he gone again? 7 months. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, her son was missing. Left the house, was gone for 7 months. I looked at an attribute of Allah, along with understanding space. And I said, say this X amount of times, especially don't miss this window right here every day. This particular window. This is your power window right here. In less than 30 days, one cycle, one moon cycle is like the moon went and found him and brought his little butt home and brought him home. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So that's one. I'm gonna play a testimonial. What my buddy Myra at? I'm sorry, Myra. I gotta play a testimonial. I just gotta. Oops.
Back
Put this
on
up here real quick.
this space that you've created for us, Noble, to grow in our light. I definitely feel safe here where I haven't in other places. I definitely appreciate you nerding out. Or what did your daughter say? What you fixating on now? But I because I get full from it and I learn so much, and it's helping me grow where my growth had stunted years ago. So I'm trying to weed through a whole bunch of mess, and there's definitely inner battle going on, but I'm being successful.
Yes, indeedy. You are. All right. Salute to Myra. That's the matriarch of the class. Be great, man. Listen, rejoice. Say, man, I don't care what they doing over there. Not that I don't care, but this is what I know. You ain't got nothing on the power of God, and you, the people who should be believers. Yes. The only thing we have to do is come together, and we don't have to be in the same spot. Our minds just have to be aligned at the same time as we make the call. That is it. That is it. See, the school of thought that I come from says thought travels at 24 billion miles per second. There is not a planet, just dealing with a planet, there is not a planet in this solar system that my mind cannot reach in less than 0.2 of a second. It don't take no more than 0.2 of a second for my mind to hit Pluto, for my mind to hit Neptune, and much smaller when we go to the closer planets. See, science will tell you that, hey, thought nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, rather 186,000 miles per second. False. We have a teaching that says your mind, thought, travels at 24 billion miles per second. And I'm here to show and prove that our thought on space in alignment with the Most High creates phenomenon. Proven. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to answer some questions, but I'm kind of alhamdulillah, I need to be grateful. Y'all got the message, y'all still here, but I see I was going in and out. Janine B asks a question that says, oh, would you say this is making you tinkle tinkle little star? Yeah, you know what, I got to go back to that, think about that. But you asked a question, are stars captured souls? Woo, man. Yes, stars have souls. This is the whole purpose of, and listen, the Muslims of the golden age know this. They name majority of the stars anyway, and told you that Regulus is a star that deals with power, and its name represents little king, because we notice that when people are born with planets in front of this particular star, their character traits play out this way, you see. And so, yeah, so it's as if the stars and the planets have spirits. In fact, when you understand Jewish mysticism known as Kabbalah, yes, the planet has a geometrical signature to it. Here's one here. And then it has angels and a spirit that is assigned to the planet. This is a fact. This is in Jewish mysticism that's there, you know? So yeah, it got a soul. Or what we call a shekel, which means intelligence, i.e. consciousness. Yes, absolutely. 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 All right. The word Galilee means full circuit 360. Ooh, we do it. The Milky Way galaxy runs through Sagittarius. Yes, fiery chariot, Elijah factor, Mount Carmel, Milk Carmel. Yeah. Yeah. And we show how they say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the artwork that depicts him on the horse-headed figure, the horse Baruch. It's a human head, and later art depiction became a human head, but the horse body, that's Sagittarius. So when he makes this ascension, yeah, I bet you did make an ascension. Right? All right. All right. So the question is, what are your thoughts on or about Ethiopian calendar and its accuracy? I don't know the Ethiopian calendar to say. I would have to see it. I don't know when it starts, when it ends. Is it how many months is in the cycle? But as long as my take on any calendar is, as long as you are within 360-degree circle of 365 days, and you're going to do something to rectify a shortage, if you're just a little short, or an overage, because you're going to have to introduce a leap year somewhere a long time. If not, the calendar is going to start to drift. As long as you're able to keep the calendar fixed amongst the seasons, you're good. But this stuff that the current Muslims do is out of pocket. And there's only one spiritual great thing that can come out of that, but they don't have the intention to do that. So that's not going to happen. And I'm not going to say what that is, you know? So I would love to see what their calendar is, because I just like calendars, you know, but I'm not sure what the calendar system is. All right. Anybody got anything else? Y'all want to hear y'all want to hear the command again? So, you know, some of y'all probably wasn't here. Y'all can get the command off the spaceship with 3i Atlas, and you can put a question in the chat. I'll play it one more time because it's going to summarize everything that you just saw. Okay. And then yeah, we can get up out of here on a prayer tip. So I'll play this real quick and come back. And if you got something in the chat, put it in the chat, please. This is Galactic Center command over to our heavenly messenger, the Aquarian Age, Noble Wampu. Yeah, this is Noble. What's happening? Your signal was received, and God will be releasing 3i Atlas into your solar system. Please stand by for a systems test. Engage 3i Atlas engine. Listen up, Earthlings. On 7/1/25, the sun is directly in front of Sirius. We will make ourselves known so the people can bear witness that Sirius is indeed the throne as taught by Noble Ampu and revealed in the Quran secretly. Again, on 7/1/2025, the sun is in front of Sirius. We will let you discover us. We will make ourselves known so you can bear witness that this is a sign from God. The word Sirius, Sar, also means symbol. So this is a symbol and a sign from God. Noble Ampu will show you this. On 12/19, we will come closest to the earth. Now on 12/19, the sun will be 26-27 degrees Sagittarius in front of our command center. This message is coming to you from the Galactic Command Center, known as the Galactic Center of the Milky Way. This is precisely 26 degrees Sagittarius. Noble has shown you on December the 18th, this is known as Galactic Center Day. So on 12/19, we're running a day behind. On 12/19, We will come closest to the earth, and this will be a sign so you will know that there is only one God. In March of 26, 3-Eye Atlas will travel in the direction of Sirius once again for you to bear witness to the majesty and power and glory of the one God. Our ambassador of the Aquarian age is an Aquarian himself. We have sent him as the heavenly messenger to explain these cosmic truths so you may know that there is only one true and living God. See you in January. 10-4. All right. So the question was asked. Thank you. I appreciate that. What should we do on December 19th? If I understood, that's when no, Sirius will not be aligned again. We'll be coming to it on the 19th. The 19th is the 18th is the precise day. But again, the 34 days of light is from December the 8th. Just challenge yourself. December the 8th through January the 10th. Now, if you want to know the precise days the Earth will align with Sirius, the precise day is actually the last day of the year. December 31st is the day that the Earth will be perfectly in alignment with Sirius. Okay. And so it's about 10 days prior to that, December 21st, the Earth starts to get close to it. December 31st, dead on it. And then January the 10th, this is the last day as the Earth to move around from it. And it's like, okay, I'll see you next time. You know what I mean? And so that's when the Earth is on Sirius. The sun is moving through the galactic center at the same time. Precise date, December 18th. Okay. So the thing you should do is, again, be light as possible. You know what you can fast. You know what your prayer game look like. You know how you can step it up in certain areas. If you got a personal goal, chime in on a personal goal. You know what I mean? Do your thing. But I'm saying, hey, be light as possible. Now, there's a practice that we doing that's in the Patreon, but, you know, that's for those that got that, you know, got the bandwidth for it. Again, the Earth, the sun is in front of a radio signal. So it's emitting waves. Yes. Light waves, radio waves. Yes. So that means this is your download time. This is why I'm saying be light as possible so you can receive. Okay. That's important. Another thing is this too, as I should have said this at the top when I was talking about the Masons. Listen. The Mason women, Mason men, maybe I did say it, you know, these schools of Judaism, Bible, Christianity, Quran, they 1, 2, 3 in the order of their revelation. The third step is the master. Literally in Masonry, the third degree is the master Mason. So therefore, when you become a master, you're really supposed to understand the Islamic sciences. Because this Islamic sciences is the one that condenses them all. And so I'm a little baffled at how really you can be dogmatic Christian and never pick up the Quran or really understand the culture of Islam, especially through the black. When you understand the ordinance of it and the blackness of it and the power inside of it, you really supposed to be over here. You really are. All right, just by the evolution. If you're inside of that Western school of esoteric, esoteric information. Okay, that's where you're supposed to be. Supposed to be over here in the Quran. But again, you know, I can't say what you're gonna get and what you're not gonna get when you go over to the regular Orthodox. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You'll get some basics, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that because they won't give you what I'm giving you. I promise you. Alhamdulillah, man. I'm telling you, y'all seen it. Y'all have bear witness on this channel. Yeah, Sheikh Sufi was on here and certified Sheikh. Been be in Morocco, be everywhere with other sheikhs, Africa, everywhere. And he didn't. What they tell me, Noble, you ain't supposed to be talking like this and sharing this stuff with the people and the public. I do it because it's the Aquarian age and it's the time to do it. And I bear the seal of this age to do it. And so that's why when I look at my testimonials and I see the people who really hear and have the heart to hear, That's important. They got their heart is hearing, not this hearing, this heart. I showed y'all last week, there's 2 hearts in the Quran. I'm talking about the spiritual heart. When that happens, then we start to see some progress individually. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, love to see you. Hit me up in the Patreon. It's Warren B. You can always email me, nobleandpoo@gmail.com, if you got a question. Nobleandpoo@gmail.com. If you have a question, I'm out of here. Sorry for the tech issues that we having. I don't know. Seem like it stopped at the end. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate your patience, your support. I appreciate that. And this might be, I don't know, could be the last khutbah of the year. If it is, I implore you to go and watch all my live videos on the Islamic topics, create a notebook, put the pieces together, really get into those teachings. Or you can just come on through the Patreon and hit me up and say, hey, bro, I need to be in on that Sunday class. They're actually about to test out. Oh, y'all, Myra, y'all, hey, Dory, I ain't tell you, Myra. Dorian got his second 100 today on his Arabic test, and so he done moved on. If you can get 200s, I got a little surprise for you that's gonna give you a head start into January's homework, because January is gonna be big. All right, but if you get your 200s and test out early on that portion, I'm gonna give you your next assignment, because it's gonna take some time. It took me about 2 hours to do it myself. It took me 2 hours. But you got to know this alphabet in order to understand the next homework assignment. Okay. So anyway, I'd love to see y'all in the Patreon. Hit me up again. You can email me nobleandpoo@gmail.com. We're going to get out of here on the Eitel Kersey. Y'all have a tremendous, great weekend. And those of you that's going to do the 34 days of light, this Sunday is your last big meal. So get your pot roast in, get the dinner rolls, go ahead, because 34 days from December 8th to January the 10th, you need to be as light as possible. And there's a certain time you really should be doing a certain practice. All right, man. I get with y'all with the Eitel Kersey. Peace.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم